Hey guys, in this video I want to talk about the 5 big extinctions that have happened in the world's history. There has been 5 extinctions that we know of, and now scientists fear we may be approaching a 6th mass extinction, but more on that later. First of all, if we made a timeline of the Earth's history and placed the extinctions on it, it would look something like this. The first extinction, bam right here, which happened about 444 million years ago, it was called the Ordovician period, which was hit by an ice age, which dropped temperatures and sea levels, and between 60 to 70% of all human species became extinct. Bam, that was a long time ago. Next one was the late Devonian period, which was about 360 million years ago. Plants were taking over the planet and using up the CO2, which placed a huge strain on the animal life and also caused an ice age. This extinction event caused about 70% of species to die off. The next one on the list is the Permian-Triassic extinction event, which happened about 251 million years ago. During this time, over 90% of all species on Earth became extinct. Scientists believe that the volcanic activity and methane gas from the sea floor started to suffocate the species on the planet. And then we got the Jurassic extinction event, which happened about 200 million years ago. About 70 to 75% of all species became extinct here. During this time is when the dinosaurs took over, okay? So then we got dinosaurs all along until this period here. The dinosaurs ruled the Earth until a meteor hit the planet about 66 million years ago and caused the Cretaceous-Paleogonian extinction event. 75% of all species were destroyed and mammals survived to become the dominant species. Scientists say that humans are causing the 6th mass extinction. Species are disappearing at 1,000 times the normal rate because of human activity. This is a result of what some scientists call global climate change. Humans are changing the climate through our polluting of the planet through carbon dioxide. Because of our energy use, agriculture, and other lifestyle habits, we are causing a massive spike in the carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. Today, we are at CO2 levels right here that are higher than any of the centuries before. So before, we always stayed below this line, but during our current centuries, we have busted through to new heights. And through our use of CO2, we are raising the average Earth temperature to dangerous levels. We have currently warmed the Earth's temperature about 1.5 degrees Fahrenheit, which may have catastrophic effects. So in 1880, we were about negative 0.02. And then now this is our current times. So we are dramatically raising the temperature of the Earth. And what happens when we raise the temperature of the Earth? Well, the seas will raise approximately 7.5 feet for every 1.8 degrees Fahrenheit of change. Already, scientists are saying that the sea levels are rising 0.1 inch every year and that the number is accelerating. Not only will this destroy coastal cities, but also disrupt the Earth's ecosystem. All of these human-induced changes will have effects such as rising sea levels, acidification of the ocean, storms and droughts, refugees and strain on government systems, and extinction of species. Scientists say we are in the Holocene extinction event during our time. Some reports that the present rate of extinction is 140,000 species per year. So all these beautiful animals have disappeared during our reign on Earth. The data suggests that humans are largely to blame for these extinctions that happen through hunting, habitat destruction, greenhouse gases, and the introduction of predatory species in certain areas. Ways we can prevent or slow down this current extinction event is to reduce, inform, and innovate. Humans can reduce the amount of greenhouse gases they produce by driving less and flying less. Instead, we can rely more on walking, bicycles, and public transportations. Cars create about 20% of all emissions, and planes create about 3% of all carbon emissions. So instead of like flying somewhere, see if you can do a video conference or email or a phone call. And also, if we look down here, surprisingly, eating meat creates lots of carbon emissions to produce that meat. People who cut red meat out of their diets decrease their carbon emissions by a whopping 25%. And if you can go completely vegan, then you'll be able to reduce your carbon emissions by 67%. Wow. Another way you can help is to inform people of this type of information. There are many political groups that can help you communicate to political leaders like senators and representatives. These politicians will work on issues that citizens feel are important. So the point is that we need to add our voice to influence the political discussion. Also, you can teach others of the information on human factors that influence climate change by doing presentations, creating a blog or a website, or making like YouTube videos like this. Lastly, many of the problems that we have created because of human-created climate change can't be fixed by reduction alone. We must also spend some time and money into creating innovations that can help us deal with climate change. For example, we need a car that doesn't produce as much carbon emissions as our current gasoline-powered vehicles. We also need more people to be trained and enter the fields that deal with the production and installation of solar panels. So my final question to you is, do you think we are heading towards a sixth mass extinction? Why or why not? And why do we not take aggressive action to stop it? I look forward to hearing your discussions.